Hey guys, welcome to the Traditional Bow Hunting and Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak, and today we are going to be talking about this brand new broadhead we have from Tuffhead, tuffhead.com. Tuffhead makes some of the best broadheads in the world, and this is their brand new prototype that you're seeing, this one right here with the letter B on it. That is their brand new prototype wide cut. Now, if you look at these, this one right here, this is a Magnus 1 2-blade classic broadhead, okay? That is the one that I shoot, that I have tons and tons of them. I hunted down every one of them I could find because I like that 1.5 inch wide broadhead profile. This one is the prototype from Tuffhead right there, and that thing is absolutely incredible. This head is just amazing, and as you can see by the profile here, maybe if I set that on it like that, you can see that they are basically identical in size. They're both like a 1.5 inch wide cut, give or take a 1/16 here or there. But now what's kind of neat too about this setup is both of these heads that you're seeing right there, as you see them, they are actually the same weight. Almost. That is a 135, that's a 135 grain head right there on a 1 inch or 100 grain steel adapter. So it's 235 grains. This one is 250 grains for that setup. Now, some of the things to note about this head here that is pretty cool. I'm going to cover some of the specs for it. I'm going to try and bring it in where it might focus. I don't know. There you go. I'm trying to do this tabletop style here for you. But this is that head. The letter B that is on there represents that is B, like as in A, B, C, D. This is prototype B. So the second prototype version of this that Jason over there, Jason Wojo at Tuffhead made. And he's probably on like letter J or K right now. So this is the second prototype of this. And what this is going to do is this head is going to be a part of what is called an Elite series. And we're going to cover that a little bit after I get into these specs. But you can see the design of this is pretty crazy. Now wait till you hear the specs that this thing is made out of, which makes it even better. So the steel that's in here, the steel that these blades are made out of, is CPM 3V steel. Okay, CPM 3V. That is like one of the, it's like a super steel on top. You know, the toughness, the sharpenability, the edge retention. I mean, that's like a 1095 on super steroids. It's an incredible knife steel, and that's what these blades are made out of. And then the ferrule on here is actually made out of titanium on this one. So it's a pretty sweet setup. And then if you look closely on here, you're going to see, from me shooting it, you can kind of see these two ridges right here at the back of the ferrule. Right there. See those two little ridges that are kind of right there? Might be fighting a lot of focus for this camera lens. But right there, those two little bumps, those are from this being press fit in. So this insert, you cannot take this off. This is not a glue-on head. Okay, this comes this way. Now with his Elite series of broadheads that he's going to have out, eventually you will be able to get this with different weight inserts in here, so you can change the weight of the actual head. You can't do it, but you can order it with different ones put in there. Whether you want stainless steel, titanium, aluminum, different things that you want in there, you can that'll change the weight of this actual head. Now this is actually press fit in. That's what those two little ridges are in there. Is that happens to be machine pressed into this with the tolerances between the ferrule on this and then the ferrule that's going into here, but between the hole and the insert, the ferrule and the insert, you're talking 1/1000th of an inch tolerance in there. It is tight and it is pressed fit in there on a pretty crazy level. Then it is actually pinned with these, there's roll pins in here. That's got a roll pin in there and one in the top that holds the blades and the ferrule in there and everything in the insert together. Those are 400-pound shear strength roll pins that are in there. So this thing is basically built to be indestructible. It is single bevel. This one is right beveled, and I shoot left wing feathers, so I'm gonna have to make up an arrow with right bevel feathers to be able to use this. But this is a right bevel one. But again, prototypes. You know, it's not like he's spitting these things out right now, readily available to get a left wing one. So for me, I'm going to have to fletch up a right wing arrow so I can get the full effect of this testing it. Now, I have shot this. You can see it's starting to wear the bee off a little bit, but I shot this 25 times into my foam target, 3D target. Now, before I did that, I sharpened this so that it was razor sharp. And I sharpened it with a file. Then I hit it with a ceramic rod, brought it back, just touched the edges just a little bit to give them a little life there to hone that, and then I stropped it. So I had it razor hair, shaving sharp, and then I shot it 25 times into my target, and I kept checking it every 3 to 4 times, and it is still, right now, it's still hair shaving sharp. I mean, that is still pretty crazy. So that's CMP3V steel, which has got a Rockwell hardness of 61 on there, is is just a pretty sweet steel. That's a pretty incredible, I mean, this is as high grade as it gets, and this Broadhead is, you know, meets that criteria. This is the strongest, probably most well-designed, well-thought-out Broadhead I've ever seen in a wide cut like this. Let's set it back down here. But yeah, oh, that's the other thing I want to show you too. Now the thickness of this is .062. I'm going to try and get it where you can focus. Look at the thickness of that blade that's on there. That is just incredible. I mean, this thing is, I mean, the thickness of that steel is something. That's pretty impressive. Now, when we compare that to, like, this Magnus, I'll hold them side by side here so you can see. Look at the thickness. Where am I at? Sorry, I'm trying to do this from the side of this. Right there. Look at the difference in thickness of that steel, those blades. Pretty impressive. So this head is a pretty impressive head without fail. The tonneau tip on there, obviously amazing. The quality of the head, just incredible. And top-notch stuff. So basically, some of my notes here that I got from him, like I said, the pins are holding both the blade and the adapter. 400-pound shear pins that I set in there. Told you about the steel. They are also, now, what's happening with this Elite Series, what this is it is a new line of broadheads from Tuff Head, and this Elite Series is almost more like a membership. So you're going to get some bonuses with it. When you buy these heads, you're going to, in that Elite setup, you're going to get, like, after you've had it for up to 1 year, you get a free sharpening on them. You can send them to them. They'll resharpen them for you, which is kind of nice, and some other things that he's working on. But these Elite Series will be available into wide cut like you're seeing here. It'll also, he's going to transition, make a skinnier and more narrow, a 3-to-1 ratio head that'll be in this Elite Series, and then there's going to be an in-between, a 3-to-1 ratio, and this 1.5 inch wide, there'll be an in-between one, and all of these will be in this Elite Series of broadheads, and he's got very big plans for this. They're probably going to be, you're looking at, you're probably going to end up being, he was saying probably, 2022. So you're looking at about 1.5 years before these are actually going to be in production. And the reason for that, especially this one here, is because he wants to do a lot of testing. Now, he's got some of these prototypes out to other people. He's been using them. He just gave me this one. But he wants some serious testing. You got to remember, the thing about Tuff Heads is, the Tuff Head way is never the easy way. Everything they do, basically Tuff Heads, really, for the most part, it's one man. It's Jason Wojo. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, Wojnowski or something, but he is the one that runs Tuff Head. Great guy, and but he is a pure perfectionist on every single level, and these heads are no different. And anything that comes out of Tuff Head is going to live up to that name and that expectation. And with that being said, he wants to make sure that these are tested over and over again, every little kink and everything worked out, everything absolutely flawless and perfect before he invests some money in all the tooling and all the stuff in the dies and the stamps and the things that are needed to put these together and make them. Before that happens, he wants everything perfect before he goes investing all those thousands and thousands of dollars to get these into where he can start producing them. So this Elite Series is going to be about 1.5 years out, he's estimating, because right now he can't do, all of his R&D stuff right now is put on hold because hunting season's right around the corner. So he's cranking out regular broadheads like crazy. So this stuff's been put on the back burner. But he will get back into it in the wintertime and do more. And so this is kind of how the game works, especially when you're a 1 or 2 man or a small business show like this kind of thing. So don't expect to see this wide cut one or this Elite Series for about another 1.5 years. But he has very big plans for it. And then who knows what that might lead into later on. Maybe some options for wood, maybe in a glue-on. Who knows what's going to come after that. But his focus right now is this Elite Series head. And what you're seeing right now, this is the second prototype in that line for a 1.5 inch wide head, which is just straight up incredible on every level. Now, the thing that scares me about this, the only con that I can see to this head may be the price. Now, I don't know what the cost is going to be on these. I have no idea. But, I mean, knowing that, again, that it's made out of, that you're talking CPM 3V steel, which is incredibly hard to work with, also incredibly expensive, titanium inserts, having to do all the manual work on there, drilling them, installing roll pins, the bevels, that kind of stuff. I don't know what this will cost. If these start talking, you know, I mean, I'm used to buying these broadheads right here. My Magnus is, you know, I would get 6 of these for 25 bucks, you know, 28 bucks. If these very well, I don't know, they could be 20, 30, 40, $50, $60 a head. I have no idea. So we'll have to see how those come into play. Will I always have a couple of them? Yes, I will. But I sure hope he finds a way to make them not be as expensive as I'm assuming that head could be, because that, you know, it'll be trying to buy, you know, if you got to buy a head for $50 a head, that means you're getting 3 heads for 150 bucks. That is a lot of money. So hopefully, you know, but then again, Tuff Head is the world's best, strongest broadhead ever made. So, you know, it's definitely worth it all the way around. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, that's something it's the only thing that I wonder how that'll end up being. But I'm excited to see what the final version of this comes out as, because that thing is incredible. The only thing I didn't mention too is the bevel. This is also a 30-degree single bevel that's on here instead of your typical 25-degree bevel. A 30-degree bevel, and the reason he did that is because this is such a wide head that it was at 25 degrees, it was almost spinning too fast when it was going through bone, through board, through everything that he's been testing it with. So they put the bevel down to 30 degrees to kind of slow that twist rate a little bit and make it more effective, and really do that tissue damage as well as still having the bone splitting capability. But, you know, that twist rate was almost a little too fast at 25 degrees, so he toned it down to a 30 degree single bevel on there, which is what you're seeing. But like I said, just an incredible head. I do not, like I said, this may not be the exact final version of this. He's a couple prototypes ahead of this, but some of these same design elements and that basic overall shape is what that wide cut from Tuff Head is going to look like. And this one, this particular one you're seeing, is equivalent with that steels and that titanium, and this stuff will be part of what's called that Elite series, or whatever he ends up naming it, that new series of broadheads that he's going to be coming out with. But just incredible. I mean, this thing, I've never handled a broadhead quite this good, or anything like this. And you know, I got a few of Jason's broadheads, and they're amazing. This thing here is just off the charts incredible. So there you go, something to keep an eye out for, something to follow and be excited about. But like I said, you're looking at about, you know, you probably won't have them for this hunting season. Maybe not even for next hunting season, but they're in the works. The good thing is that when they are done and they are made and he finally has them ready, you know they will have been tested, retested, tested again on every kind of scenario and everything there is, and you know they will be 100% bomb-proof, fail-proof, perfect sharpenability, perfect level of Rockwell hardening, perfect level of everything, because out of his shop, it doesn't come out of there unless it's absolutely perfect and the best that it can be. And we'd expect nothing less from Tuff Head. That is what their whole premise is the strongest broadheads in the world, the best broadheads. So very impressed with this one. That steel is amazing. Like I said, 25 shots and I could still shave with this broadhead. I could still, man, it's still razor sharp after 25 shots into a foam 3D target. So that's pretty impressive. I don't think this head would hold. I'll bet after 10 that would probably be dull enough that it doesn't shave no more. You know, just guessing. I never actually tried that test, but that's pretty impressive, I think, you know, to get 25 shots into a 3D target and all the way through it, you know, sticking out the other side and then pulling it back through. You know, like I said, it's I'm very impressed with this head. So definitely in the meantime, while you're waiting for more information on these to come out, get over to tuffhead.com, check out the stuff they got going on. The nice thing is Jason has turned it into, from being just broadheads to it is an entire arrow, everything you could think of arrow-wise. He's got the highest quality inserts, the best, you know, he's got the adapters, he's got his direct bond system, he's got, you name it, he has everything right there for you. So it is all arrow componentry stuff, and it is the highest quality things you can get. He has teamed up with Ethics Archery for some of the to make some of the custom stuff that he needs done, and they are highest quality you can get as well too. So on the Tuff Head website, you will find all of this stuff. It is well worth you taking the time to get over there and and check it out. And also you have there all the Ashby studies, you have all the penetration tests, the details, heavy arrow stuff, understanding FOC. He's got more education on his website than most people could find in 2 hours of searching, and it's top-notch things. So definitely get over to toughhead.com, check it out. And in the meantime, while we wait for this bad boy right here to finally get to market and become available to us, check out his other stuff. All of his heads are amazing. And this one here, I have very high hopes for. I'm going to try and put this through a pig or two if I can, if I don't lose it first. I'm going down to Georgia in a couple weeks. That's why he sent this to me, to test it out. I'm going to use this down in Georgia, try and get a pig. Hopefully, with my luck, because I am hunting them on the ground, spot and stalk, I'm hoping I don't miss a pig and then lose this in the swamp, and before I even get a chance to use it, because this prototype being handmade is probably not very cheap. But I'm going to do my best to not lose this and put it through as many animals as I can and report back to them. So, and I'm probably also going to shoot it through all kinds of different scenarios and things like that too, and just test the crap out of it and see if we can't beat it up or break it, which I doubt we'll be able to do. So, all right, there you go. Thanks for watching, and definitely check out toughhead.com. Talk to you later. Bye.